Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, dear internet and people watching my channel. Hope you're doing well and hope this is working. Let me know if things are properly working. Sound, visual, fingers crossed we're not gonna have really bad internet today. I put my live stream on low latency still though. I think there's at least half a minute delay. Thailand person, you're the first one. Hey, how are you? Romania, Washington DC. If you're hearing a little bit noise today, that may be because we have construction going on close to where I live, so you may hear all kinds of weird knocking engine sound during this thing. My mic should be able to take out most of it, but if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Rhode Island, Texas, Switzerland. I hope the whole Credit Suisse thing isn't too bad. We've had a crazy week. I just feel so much has happened during this week, and everything is turned 8 times speed in the world. Everything. Hoi, Philippines. Every time when we start a live stream, it's like global convention. Typing out how many countries' names are we gonna get today? Paraguay, wow. Everywhere. Apart from Antarctica, I think. Or North Pole. We're pretty much seeing everywhere. Norway. How's the weather there? Is it still cold? Can't wait for winter to end. Where we're not yet out of winter where I am. Things are still very below zero. Marga, hot places, Boston. Hi from United States. That's very generic. Thank you. India, Malaysia, oh, Portugal, California, London. Which London? The London, or the not in England, London. There are many Londons, I think, Maryland. Somehow there are many places called London. Well, snowing. I don't think we're gonna stop snowing yet, like where I am. Although in the next week doesn't look like there's gonna be any new snow, but it's still cold. So usually Winnipeg, it's not gonna completely stop snowing until sometimes even into April and May. You're gonna still have snow. So yeah, not yet out. Jamaica, Arkansas, UK, London. Okay. 32 degrees. Well, wow. Vancouver. Well, that's close. Vancouver. So you're early. You're very early up. What are you doing this early? Did you like get up at 6 o'clock? In Young. Oh, interesting. From Vancouver. From the UK, Winterpeg. Yes, it is. It is very Winterpeggy. Let's see if this year is gonna be warmer than last time. Last year was really bad here. Spring came very late. I remember clearly by the end of June last year, it was close to like 28th, 30 of June. It was still cold outside to the point where you don't actually want to buy an ice cream. That level of cold. And then last year where I am, because the winter was so long and spring was so late, that there was not even one caterpillar that I caught. Because usually you have those caterpillars dangling from the trees around starting in May, middle May to like early June. It's the worst time. But last year, because spring was so late here, the timing, the leafing time, I think, of trees and the caterpillar cycle just missed. Therefore, last year in Winnipeg, there was like almost no caterpillar, which is incredible because in bad years, it's like the type of like disaster that you don't want to go out. You walk on the street and you 3D dodge all the caterpillars. This year though, usually you have cycles, right? So I'm a bit worried this we're gonna get a big caterpillar year. I don't want that. I hate those things. They're so gross. Oh, if you've ever and never tried that, ever come to Winnipeg during May, mid to late May, you'll have an incredible experience. And then you can head over to the snake pit, which is also close to Winnipeg, to see millions of snakes mate. That's exciting. Costa Rica, Poland. Let's read more places. Caterpillars are not awesome, like depending on what species. Like the ones that come down from the tree with a dangling silk thread, and it's gonna be hanging from trees in like 3D space in like thousands of them. So when you walk on the street, you have to dodge it, otherwise it's just gonna land on you and everything. It's like, and they're all moving. They're just all dangling from the leaves. That's not the type of caterpillar you want to deal with. I guarantee you. Okay, because you've never walked through a maze of caterpillars in 3D space, then you can't know how well you're gonna react until you actually see it. So type on phone and type on my TV. How does that work? How can you type on your TV? I'm very behind. In case you didn't see, like I don't have a TV. I don't own a TV. I haven't had a TV for years. I don't watch television. So I have no idea the technology with television these days, like what it can do. Maybe you can shop. I don't know, like maybe you can order chickens from it. I have no idea, but yeah, I know. They're terrible, the Winnipeg ones. Winnipeg trees are very unfortunate. They have like emerald ash borer. They have the elm tree has the famous what's the word for it? Dutch elm disease. Ugh, so bad. Do you type it with your like remote or with your finger? I'm just saying. So, ever since since last week, there has been so many things going on in the world in general that it just feels like insanity, right? We have bank collapsing. We have, and not just in one country. You have it in the States, you have in the US, and you have Oscar just happened. I see the Mermaids film just released its formal trailer, like the proper one. And then there's like the continuous AI war, like AI art, and then recently there's a team that has just released a software that will be able to basically, you have your artwork and you put it in, it will render a version out where by human eyes you can't tell the difference, but they do something to the pixels so that when the AI takes a look at a picture, they cannot replicate from that picture. And that software is out now for free for any artist to use. I think it's called Glaze or something. It's insanity. Like everything just starts to happen. And then China's 2 sessions finished, so dramas start to come out like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 dramas are either already airing or will air like very soon, like within this week or something like that. It's like, slow down, people, slow down. It's like, make things happen slower. It's like when you catch those news, it's like, is this real? Like, this is happening? What? Yeah. And we also have Saudi and Iran. We have like all those things, just like boom, slam that in your face. You know, take a look at world. The world we live in is like nothing is just like every day you have the feeling like the next morning you wake up, you don't know which planet you're on. So, huh? How beautiful. Yeah. Oh, some old peggers. 70s, yeah. Because when we were doing landscape architecture, Dutch elm disease is a huge thing. It's very present. Those trees are just, oh, elm trees are so great. They're so big. And their canopies are so pretty. It's just really sad. Yeah, story love stickers. Yeah, and you know the thing with story love. So we're gonna talk about Chinese dramas, okay, one by one, the ones that I've been keeping an eye on. As soon as they finish airing it on the Youku with the VIP subscription, they went in and changed the post-production coloring and filter on that drama. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? So while they were airing it for the first time, they did the really ugly thing where everybody is like so pale and there's no detail. If you look closely, even in 4K, like their skin is completely smoothed out of any texture. You can't see the pores, you can't see any, because their skins are really good. And then, you know, made up, yes, but you can tell like the texture. And they erased it. And once the drama finishes airing, they put it back. They changed all the filters on all episodes. So now if you going to watch Story Love with the 60 frame per second 4K version on Youku, it's like a different drama. Because everybody looks like your eyesight's got better. Because everyone has more definition, contrast, texture, like their jawline starts to show up. And then you realize some of their costumes, because when you watch it for the first time, you don't even see their art details. They're just all blurred out. And now when you watch it again, it's like, oh, that clothes is actually that color. I thought it was a different color. And then, oh, there's actually pattern here. Previously, I didn't see anything. And I'm like, what? Why would you do that? And if Youku did it intentionally, so that it has an excuse to make people go back and click previous episodes again just to see what it looks like, then they are absolutely despicable if that's the reason for doing it. If then it's not the reason for doing it, it's just initially they thought the first filter is prettier, but now because they got complained so much they put it back, then it means they're stupid. So whichever way you look, they're either bad or stupid, or bad and stupid. Oh. So, it's Youku, not surprised. You know, they're one of the worst. So, not surprised at all. It's just very pathetic. Yeah, the ending is also just like, I don't get it. Totally. For this type of drama, it's completely unnecessary to end it like that, but I don't know, they think they're being clever and tasteful. That director is the furthest thing in Chinese drama land as a director from being tasteful, okay? He's the least tasteful director I've seen. And he doesn't like some people, they probably just naturally don't get it. Like visually, they don't if they compare two pictures of the same scene, but then you shoot it from a different angle, a different blocking, you know, different lens, focal length. And if you have like the same actor standing in the same position and you go in, ask a photographer to film it from different angles and different camera choices, and then, you know, like that type of thing, this director will pick the worst angle, the worst kind of lighting conditions, the worst way to express, what he wants to express, and he has consistently proven that. It's not just one drama. It's every drama he's done. It's like, you just don't have an eye for it. Give up, okay? Something that can be trained. You just don't have it. So why are you being like, he should just I don't know, like find somebody who actually knows what looks pretty and takes care of the camera side of things. Just don't mess with other people's professions. A lot of very good directors working today started as photographers, cinematographers, and including Kong Sheng, Li Xue, all those people from 正午阳光 Daylight Entertainment, including Cao Dun, including Zhang Yimou, they all started as cinematographer. So at least, their stuff will look right. Starry Love. Oh. Starry Love's camera work and post-production, the color is so bad. I feel like a normal, any average graduate from a film school wouldn't do things that bad. Hiya. Anyway, when you don't have it, you don't have it. And these people also, don't ever bother that they're gonna actually go to school and then try to polish up their skills, or if they realize there's something they're not doing well, they try to make it better. Not gonna happen. Hu Yixuan. Blue Whisper. Also Blue Whisper. I just feel so bad for Hu Yixuan that she has to kiss that guy. You're an idol drama. Can you just pick somebody who's good looking? That's one of your most important selling point of an idol drama is to have good looking people there. I just feel Hu Yixuan as an actress, she's so professional, but for the drama to cast that guy as her is revolting. Okay. So, Story of overall, I'm still very happy about it because I never had any expectation really for that drama, and everything it gave me is pretty much happy surprise. So I'm not asking it to, I don't have, even till the end when I was happy, I still have that opinion about I don't expect huge things from you, so I'm happy with what you've given me. Say if it's a 正午阳光 drama, you'd expect a lot more. If it comes from Daylight Entertainment and they give you that ending, oh, we're gonna bomb their office, okay? But because it's from this producer who's done previous work, that all have similar kind of problems, and then nobody really hoped for much for this drama, so it's overshooting already with its comedy, with its actors. The couple of all the main actors are pretty good, so it already performed beyond my expectation. I wouldn't blame it for anything else. It's good enough, and so it has things that's not perfectly done, but hey, it's fine. It has already outperformed itself. During this week, we've had Oscar. Oh, my camera doesn't like my movement. So we have a whole Oscar that's completely crazy with everything, everywhere, all at once. That got that many Oscars. It's almost inevitable, I feel, because I didn't actually follow that night live. I was editing my video. I was editing my Tuesday video that night, and I edited until 10 p.m. We don't have time off as content creators, actually. And I was today something I was something feels like the day hasn't ended. There's something I wasn't remembering, and then suddenly I realized, shit, tonight 12 Sunday is Oscar, and I totally forgot about it. I was just editing it till 10 p.m. so I looked at social media obviously. And then I was 1 minute after the announcement of Michelle Yeoh getting the Best Actress. I checked literally 1 minute after she got it. I'm like, this timing is quite incredible. It's like around 10 p.m. where I am. Anyway, or something like that. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible to see that. And I feel like it's inevitable that it has to happen now because of that film, what it did last year, right? And then because of the people involved in it, it's just like, honestly, political correctness, right? When that comes in, it's just, it cannot be other films and it cannot be other people. It has to be these. But genuinely, like, I've watched the Everything Everywhere. I'm like, it's a very entertaining movie. But to be honest, I don't think it's the best thing out there. And I certainly am not at the place where, you know, like, I want to watch it for the second time. It's very... Okay, from like somebody who likes to do editing and very fast-paced editing, I understand the sort of the attractiveness of this type of things. But also, I feel for feature-length film to have this whole style running through, it's very exhausting. Like if you watch 5 minutes clip that are done in that style, it's very nice, short video. But we have a 2-hour movie that's like that. Oh, like when I was watching the movie, I had to stop it sometimes. I'm like, take a break and then come back. It's too much. Boom, in your face. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this whole film and its style, and even like its big message, I still feel it's a form of. Basically, the resolution is too ideal and too rainbow and unicorn and too easy. And you know, it never happens like that in reality. No. Also just the two Daniels, right? I feel they're being very 捧杀 right now. That's the Chinese term. So if you want somebody to fall, you first put them up very high. And I feel like the whole system is, in a way, intentionally or unintentionally putting them up really high where they actually don't really qualify to be in that place. And, you know, usually when that happens, like, it's not so far away from falling off the cliff. Well, we shall see if that's gonna happen in the future. But I have the feeling, like, yeah, that is coming. For Michelle to get the Best Actress, I also feel like it's something that it's unavoidable, you know, because of a lot of other reasons. She's not batting anyway, and she deserves it for sure. I mean, she's incredible. But if you take out all the other 场外因素, the elements outside of the arena, right? If you just look at film as film and performance as performance, you completely disregard age, the person's nationality, their race, and everything, you know, like just completely take those out. Just look at performances. I don't think it's that good. Well, I get, I don't know, like, but that's my honest opinion. But yeah, like you can't help it. That we live in the real world. You have to consider everything. I still think it's great that she gets it. But if only looking at performances, I don't think it's that great. But then again, it's not like there's definitively another one that's so much better that it's unfair for her to get it. So it's like the basically this year just has everything right for it to happen like that. You know, like it's the right time, the right other competitor type of film, everything right time in the time for her to get it, which, you know, it's nice for her to get it, really. It's very encouraging. And then this film got Best Film, right? And Best Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress. What else? There are 2 more, like there are 6 in total. Yeah. Another award I don't quite get is the Supporting Actress. I don't have anything against the actress. She's veteran as well, and she actually is in the first movie from Hollywood that got imported into China. I think she is the yeah, she is the lead of that film. So she is quite special to a lot of Chinese film audiences as well. But then her role is hardly in the movie. Like, yeah, she's supporting, but honestly, when you look at the film, right, like she's not on screen that much of a. There isn't such a huge presence of her role. So you know, it happened. So I feel overall I'm just very I don't know, so disappointed. I kind of expected that these days the films that got submitted to Oscar are overall just so meh, right, compared to its heydays. So overall the filmmaking quality is not as good as before, therefore, you know, it's like it still is a good result in many ways, but overall I feel very about like, even like just with all the films that are there, right, that they're not that so Hollywood is getting very boring year by year. I remember about 5 years ago I would still for sure watch live Oscar, like because I really want to watch the ceremony, and then I'm interested in, but it hasn't been happening for a few years now. I almost just never quite remember when is the Oscar this year, and I don't even pay attention to it. You know, I miss it. In the morning I see, oh, this evening is Oscar, remember to watch it, and then I forget about it. It has become very you know, it's no longer something that you look forward to. It's like, if you happen to catch it, well, catch it and watch it. Otherwise, meh. That's at least it's like my overall attitude towards Oscar these days. Yeah. Oh, and I think Titanic's 4K version is now in cinema, right? It's since Valentine's Day. Anybody who's actually been to a physical cinema and watched the remastered 4K version of Titanic? Has anyone? Like, watching my live stream right now? Have you done it in cinema? What is it like? I'm curious. Because I'm too familiar with that film that I wouldn't want to go into cinema to watch it, even when it's 4K remastered. I remember every line that's gonna come after the line that they're speaking already, and next shot, you know, like I remember the whole film in my head, so I don't want to watch it. Oh, you did it? Does it look good? So when they remaster it, can they do anything to make it look, apart from higher definition, is there anything else that's different? Because back in the days, in the 90s, 97s, honestly, the CG isn't so good yet. So when you have those huge shots of the ocean and the liner running, those far away shots, they're completely digital, and those humans that are walking are very ridiculous looking by today's standards. I wonder if that looks really bad on big screen. Or did they actually tweak it? I don't know. Because that would be like extra money, right? You would have to redo the CG. I don't think you would do that. If they just remastered the definition, then those little awkward looking CG humans would still be very awkward looking. Fix night sky accuracy. Oh, really? Night star position. Evelyn, yes, you should travel to China if you ever get to Chongqing, and experience the confusion of no satellite map is gonna help you navigating the city. No way, because they can only look from top down, and everything looks flat top down. But when you get to the place, you'll realize something that looks connected have like 30 minutes elevation drop. So you think two places are next to each other, you can just walk across the street and get there. But no, there's a cliff in actuality, and there's no road actually linking these two places. You have to go around and around and to get there. It's very normal in Chongqing like that. So it's an experience. You should go and you should, because I grew up there, so I thought it's normal until I went to other cities where everything is flat, like on a piece of pancake, and there's no elevation change in the whole city. I'm like, how boring this is. It's like everywhere is flat. You don't even have one staircases in your city. What the heck? So totally different. Brazil, hi. Person from Brazil. I think the remastered version is gonna go into cinema in China as well. Early April. Early April is gonna get released. I wonder if they still cut the Kate taking off her clothes scene, because she has one very quick shot, a nude shot that actually got cut, I think, from Chinese cinema. So don't know if the new version is still gonna get that cut. Yeah, probably I should. I should go to cinema to watch it. I think actually I've collected enough scene points to get a ticket for free. I should. Ah. Rom-com drama. Right now, I don't think there is a good one in China. So we have so many dramas that got released in China right now. But before we go into that, quickly mention a couple of other things. I know The Glory has come out fully, like the 2 seasons on Netflix. I am yet to watch it. I want to watch it in one go. So I'm on episode 2 of the whole thing. I know I'm late, but I'll try my best to finish watching it. I probably wouldn't make a review on it just because, you know, I don't have time. There are too many other Chinese dramas. But I know it's a Netflix baby right now, at least since last year, right? The biggest grossing one for them. Yeah, and it's also popular in China too. So I will get to it. You know, like when I watched episode 1, I watched episode 1 and first half of episode 2. I haven't continued. Like drama like that, Glory. It's it's basically very much like a film. It's just done in the so-called episodic structure and things. But if you look at how they edit, how they link scene together, it's very no drama. It's very much like a film. It's like, if I don't need to give you any extra detail about people sitting down and just talk endlessly about something, then we're not gonna do that scene. If I can do it with one shot of a close-up of a person doing, like, putting something down, picking something up, you know, just like even clenching their fist. If it's just like one visual frame that can explain the thing, I would not add another scene of people talking, which happens a lot in dramas, right? Drama filming often is like the boring conversation linked together. If you look at Glory and you compare it to normal sort of like Chinese dramas, clearly it's done with a lot of more design and the type of, if we can do it in the shot without speaking anything, let's do it like that way instead of keep talking. So at least, you know, that's a different type of drama making. It's pretty much a film, long film, right? In the drama version, sort of like structure. It's good. It's very good to watch for a change, because most of Chinese dramas are just so conversational. It's just like shooting people sitting in the room talking. Although I see something on China's internet which is really funny. It's about like somebody, like a Korean person who watched the Knockout, and they like Knockout a lot. And then the Chinese friend of that person is like, "What are you talking about? You have Glory. Glory is better." And the Korean person is like, "No, Knockout is better, because every crazy person in Knockout is so normal and so stable. They're emotionally so stable. They're crazy but stable. But then, then if you look at all the Korean dramas, crazy characters, they're really crazy. They're like mental, but then they can't sort of like practically they don't like they don't do things that are, let's say, having that much of a result, but they're mental. Their explosion on camera, their verbal, their energy is like crazy, but then, you know, nothing gets done. In Knockout, it's like people are very mental, but their mental is stable mental. And then when they get crazy, they actually go and do something. And I was like, huh, interesting. So I was thinking, what is the Chinese version of being crazy, right? If it, like Korean crazy, Dramaland at least, is very, it's very visible, let's just say, that kind of state of a person, their emotion, their words and all that. And Chinese crazy is Liu Cixin's level of crazy, which is everybody is calm, collected, very rational and reasonable. And then they do something and shit, the whole world is ending. So, you know, depending on, you know, which type of crazy you prefer. But I find that's really funny. It's very reduction kind of a way of looking at it, but it's it's quite funny. The different types of crazy. So Glory, I'll try my best to get to it. At least Song Huiqiao, that's her name pronounced in Chinese. she's been with me all my life. Like since I was I can't even remember how old I was, but like the early days of like the soapy romantic tragedy Korean dramas got into China and got super popular. I was there. I've watched the drama that made her famous. There are a couple of them. The first, there's a tragedy one, and then there's a comedy one. But anyway, you know, she's like with me since that time. And it's incredible to see how many decades have gone by already. And she's like still like, what did you eat? Did you eat preservatives for a living? Because she looks even better than before. I mean, you can tell, yeah, she's not 20 years old. Like the collagen is different on the face, but she just is even better looking today. You know, there are reasons for some people to be stars. Nothing changes. They just keep getting better looking over time. Mystery of Asia. The mystery of Asia. Full House. Before Full House, there's another one that really made her like first getting known in China. The one with what's her name? Song Chengxian and what's the other guy? The really good-looking guy. The guy who's like one of the best-looking actor in Korea's history, in my opinion. What's his name? If somebody type it out, you know. No, 我没瘦. If somebody is saying like I'm losing weight, no. If you look at a scale, nothing changed. It's like not even 1 ounce. Hair is no. You can't just suddenly get a lot more hair. It doesn't work like that. It's not physically possible. And maybe it's just because, like, you know, last night I blow dried my hair. That's just you know, like being honest. That's no. Camera is always lying to you. Okay, there are a lot of ways of cheating on camera. So don't trust what you see. Yes, Won Bin. Yeah. That's his name. Oh. He honestly has one of the best faces from Korean Dramaland, and he's all angle good looking. Like no matter what light condition you put him under, like light him up from bottom, nostril shot. I don't know, like the Zhu Ruibing shot, right, from floor level, looking up at his nostrils. You can do that, and he's gonna look fabulous. He has like the perfect bone structure of a human face. That is like flawless. Whichever angle you attack that face, it's just gonna look good. It's very hard to have that kind of bone structure. It's like 1 in a million lottery. Yes, yes. Man from Nowhere. Yes, I've seen that movie. Although I almost completely forgot what the story is. I've seen that movie. Yeah. Yeah, he's so good looking. Oh. And he's almost like the universal good looking person. It's like you don't quite see if he's Korean or Japanese or Chinese or any Asian country person. I mean, even like from a Westerner standpoint of view, like if you look at Caucasian people's structure, right? If you put all those like human good looking structure, he's like he's sitting in the place where it does not matter what race he is. He just has the perfect structure. Yeah. One of the best looking faces. So perfect. And just bone. For guys, it's so important that you have very strong brow bone, cheekbone, nose, and also the jaw. If your bone structure is not strong, it's very easy for you to, as you age and become slower and metabolizing, your face is gonna start to swollen and sag. And for a guy, if they start to all the male sort of quality disappears. And for Asian people, we overall have a less defined bone structure, right? Much more sort of less strong and structured. So for a guy, for an actor, it's really important to have this bone, well, like grown, like developed. The harder, stronger they are, the longer your face is gonna last and looking good for camera. Think about the guys, apart from like they work really hard and manage their body very well, think about the guys who just always look very good even when they're getting older are the people who have very strong bone structure. It holds up the skin and the fat. Think about people such as best example is like who's that guy? Actors such as like Zun Long or there's another guy who's got like really good bone structure. Anyway, so keep body weight down and then having good. So basically, so if you go and do plastic surgery to cut the bones down, like if you think your cheekbones are too high or this jaw is too, like some people have very strong ones that comes out, they go and cut the bone off, their face is gonna sag because there's nothing holding it up. Once they go over age, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just all gonna come down. So it's lottery. If you get it, you get it. Okay, so Chinese drama Sorry Love has finished airing, and then I don't think they're gonna put out any extra stuff anymore. It's just sad that they ended it like that, but anyway. And there's a rumor that came out a couple of hours before I sat down, which is the Justice in Dark. They're saying it's gonna come back this week, 18th, Saturday, so 2 days later. Day after tomorrow, supposedly. Okay, the rumor leaks out is the advertiser for this drama said it's gonna come out. Probably is, if it doesn't come out, they're gonna take the money away. I don't know. So the person who pays the money probably has more say about things, right? That's the rumor I heard a few hours before I sat down. I don't know if it's true. Okay, let's just wait for 2 days, see if it comes back. I mean, the 2 sessions have finished, so 顶风作案, okay, like they don't need to 顶风作案 anymore. they can do it. I don't know. The 张新成负辛博 one, the one that aired 8 episodes on Youku and then started to limbo. 好异形 Nicole, honestly, I think for the better of those two actors, 好异形 should just not come out now. If it ever comes out later, not now. Like imagine the kind of like jokes the internet is gonna get about Chen Feiyu. Right now, it's not yet completely died down, so let's just. If I were Tencent, I'm not gonna put Hao Yixing out now. I probably put another one to test the water. Everybody's basically looking at Youku, see if they test the water and they don't get shipwreck, and then they probably start to release their own stuff. Right? Because since Youku already is doing that, they're putting out this one, and then everyone is basically just see what happens to you. If it's shit, we're all gonna run away. If it kind of is like, then we may put things out as well. So if Tencent release one after this, honestly, I think the highest possibility one is Chapeau, because it's less of a investment drama than Hao Yixing. And if they want to test water, they're gonna test it with you don't want to put your most heavy horse out right at the beginning, right? What if it's a cliff and it just falls over? So for Tencent, maybe, if they do, they probably put that one out. As for the contemporary one with Wang Anyuan, Fan Chengcheng, that one is much more trickier because it's a contemporary one. It's not a fantasy one. It's not in the period time. And it's about high schoolers. It's like, do you know, like in China dramas, if high schooler fall in love, they cannot officially get together in dramas when they're in high school. If it happens later, it would be like when they become adults and in university and afterwards meet again and that type of thing. And yeah, they can marry and whatever. But when they are in school at that age, 17, 18, they cannot have it worked out. It cannot be, yeah. So, and that's between BG. That's BG we're talking about. Now you have BL and it's two high schoolers. Good luck, having that worked out. So the chase light thing will be more tricky. If they want to pass, actually air it, they probably have to just cut out so much that 山河表里, well, I think Youku would first have to deal with Guangyuan first, right? If you can actually air to its full term and not getting taken down and getting into trouble, you can release 2 BLs at the same time. That would be insane. That would be like suicide. Dropping 肖战 coming from, I have no idea. I haven't heard that. 吴磊周雨彤, I think it's gonna come out very soon. I don't see why it's not gonna air basically I don't see why they wouldn't schedule it in the next 1 or 2 days. It probably will. So 80% likely you're gonna see it next week. Yeah, you can have high school love. You can have high school love, but they cannot eventually succeed until they become adults. Otherwise, it will not pass censorship. Think about all the high school love stories you've seen in China. It's always that something happened during their high school that they didn't get together, and until later, some years, they got together. Right? 最好的我们, 你好旧时光, 忽而今夏. Think about all the dramas you've seen. It's not like they already have the official stamp during high school. It's like everybody supports them. No, that doesn't happen. It cannot happen. Because it's not encouraged for underage people to. So, yeah. If you don't know that. So that's why Chase the Light is really complicated. It's, apart from the original work, is definitively a BL, like a novel. And then you have high schoolers. two guys, they're high schoolers. So that will be even harder. So let's see in 2 days if Justice is gonna show up. And well, I really want to see Shapolang. So fingers crossed it's gonna happen. I mean, we deserve Tan Jianci in period dramas, covered in blood, in armor, at the lowest point of his body weight. All those conditions attached. We deserve that. Okay? There are leaked, very blurry, shaky footages of Shapolang on China's Bilibili of certain epic moment in the drama where basically he's just like completely covered in blood. And everyone drools over that, so we want that. Qiao Wan holding a bowl, holding a chopstick, and just knocking on it. It's like, I want food, I want food. They should release Guardian of the Land, take advantage. These days, honestly, for BL dramas, you know, the best thing that can happen is you air, you don't lose too much money, and you don't get into huge trouble. If you want to make, like, you still want to make it big and get a huge cut because of like airing a BL drama, then you're stupid. Basically, no platform would be thinking that way now. And they probably don't. Okay, so they probably are very. I mean, obviously they would want something to be popular and then get money from it, but they know if it got too popular, it's gonna immediately give them trouble. So you have to balance that. It's like, how much do you want to risk? So in the ideal world is you air your BL, and within a small group of audiences, it's popular, it gets good results. The advertiser is also, you know, mildly happy about it, and that's it. Don't get any bigger, because get bigger would mean trouble. and 得不偿失. Even in the white, I forget. In the white hair 杨紫, not Bai Lu. Tan Jianci is white-haired in the Yang Zi drama with Zhang Wanyi and Deng Wei. It's like a Lost You Forever or something, like a really stupid English name. What? Where did you get all those gossips, people? Wow. Zhang Wanyi do this drama, damn. Why not? You know, when they get offered, they if they can, why not try it? At least he looks good in period dramas. 正午阳光, yeah, they're doing Nirvana in Fire, but they're casting now, but it's not gonna be confirmed until later, and probably it's not gonna start shooting until very late of this year. So you're not gonna have it until next year. And they're keeping the tightest control on that project of Zhongwu. Zhongwu have like about six projects lined up, and then they're all very different. There's a mythology one, there's a wuxia one, there's Nirvana and Fire, there are another 3 contemporary one. But for Daylight Entertainment, among all the news that you can get on different projects, they keep the tightest lid on Nirvana in Fire 3. They don't leak anything. You can't find anything. They're super tight shut about, because they know Lang Yabang is like really people really want to know. So they're being super secretive about that project. and it needs to cast two really good looking young men. So, and it's gonna be an iQIYI drama. So you know the best joke about the BL dramas and BLN stuff and then BL getting banned in China right now is Tencent is like, ever since the success of Untamed, thinks they have the best resources, money, and people, so they put together Immortality, and they're very frank and blatant about they want to make huge money in this game. That's Tencent. Youku, not having better, resources and as good as Tencent, but they are, like, since word of honor, right? They're like, we try to sort of cut the corners and we try to do it in an unexpected way and sneakily take the market. So that's Youku's position. But iQIYI is the master. We don't have any BL dramas. They have it, but they're not putting it out like the 天官赐福 and 夺梦, like these ones. But iQIYI is very sneaky. Every other platforms are being so clear about the BL projects and they got banned and kind of so they can't put it out. But while that is going on in the last 2 years, iQIYI has released more dramas that are clearly not BL, but every drama has many male CPs you can ship to the end of Earth. So we are the covert BL dramas. That just in no way you would realize it's BL dramas, only that it contains endless supply of male CPs. So iQIYI is in 大气层 this time. iQIYI is like higher in the atmosphere. Think about Under the Skin, okay? Think about even this year's Knockout. How many people were shipping male and multiple male groups in Knockouts? And there are a couple of other dramas that are all like this. They're completely irrelevant, basically, to BL. But then, when you start watching this drama, it's like, wow, they're so CP heavy. and it's like, who said we're BL? We don't have any. We don't have any. Like you decided that's like you want to ship it. It's your own freedom. We're not. We're a crime drama. We're anti-corruption drama. What are you talking about BL? And then you go and watch the drama. Holy shit! It's like the best CP out there. So, iQIYI, sneaky bastards. Yeah, Roommate is detective. Under the Skin, Knockouts. Like, think about all those dramas, right? None of them are BL. And yet the CPs. So blatantly just slamming it in your face. Yeah, Winter Begonia as well. See? That's why, like, iQIYI is the true master. Like, who needs to be Hikaru no Go, yeah, you can say that too. And it has like technically two male CPs, right? So you can say basically is like who needs to be? It's stupid to put it out on the front. It's like we are a BL drama. Like, it does not need that. We can just be any drama. It could be a crime drama. It could be a fantasy drama. It could be anything. But just cast two guys who really go together well, and then everyone is going to fill it up with their own imagination. We don't even have to do anything. So, iQIYI wins. This time, like... Till the end of the moon, I don't know. Like, well, did Youku forget they have Anle Zhuan? That one is even older, and it still is not coming out with Di Li Ba and Gong Jun. Like, that's why Youku is set the worst platform. It's like they have no idea about anything. Like, they don't even know how to grade their own project. Like, the color grading, they don't know how to promote it, how to grade it, when is the right time to put it out. And then they have no idea. And they don't know on their hands which drama is good or bad or which it has potential. They know nothing. They're Jon Snow of the drama land. Amritha. Yes. Yeah, they even have multiple female CPs. So yeah, 爱奇艺 is like we CP load every drama. We just don't tell you it's BL or GL or whatever. Clever. That's a clever way of doing it. Let's see. English sub in Yoku. Really? I have no idea. I never watched its English sub, so I don't know. Now let's talk about a couple of dramas apart from the May coming out 2 days, in 2 days, Justice. The drama where Ding Yuxi and Peng Xiaoran leads it, 春闺梦里人, it's gonna come out, I think, soon. If it's not already, it's gonna come out soon. The one that's already come out is the 花琉璃译文, which previously is called Royal Rumor, and 造作时光. Now it's changed to this title, but it's the Xu Zhengxi and Meng Zi Yiwan. Started yesterday. Period drama, 24 episodes on Tencent. You have the Youku 春日暖阳, which is the Vanity Fair thing with Huang Zitao playing a Liu Liang, trying to get into theater to do a play. That one has aired to about episode 10, I think, today. You have 归路 Road Home, which is on Mango and iQIYI, I think, both. And Jin Boran and Tan Songyun, based on a book, the contemporary high school sweetheart not ending up together many years later, come back, like kind of meet again type of story. The nuclear power station one, nobody is watching, but I watched about 8 episodes and stopped, is Zheng Yecheng and Li Landi leading one, about the nuclear power station. 他是谁 on Youku. The power station one is on Tencent. On Youku, there's the 他是谁 that has started airing, led by Zhang Yi, crime drama. Right now is about 8 episodes. That one I'm following. Okay. 回响 just started airing today. It's another police drama with Song Jia and Wang Yang. So if you like them in Lifelong Journey as a couple, well, now they are leading it. A crime drama. See, so many dramas. And then Nothing But You, 爱情而已, has released its first official trailer yesterday. I don't think they have said when it's gonna come out yet, but most likely tomorrow they're gonna tell you, and most likely it's gonna be next week. I don't see why it's not gonna be, so let's see. These are the dramas that are either ongoing or will go out very soon. So that's why I say it went crazy after the 2 sessions. All the dramas just like a diarrhea. Okay, so Journey of 虫子啊，不要去看。No need completely waste of your time. It's gonna assault you in every way possible. Your sensibility, and you're just gonna lose confidence in Chinese drama land. Don't watch it. Okay, don't spend even 1 minute. It's not worth it. 丁禹兮、彭小苒. That drama, I see the trailer and I'm like 春闺梦里人. The Peng Xiaoran being a twin girl who marries into this Marquis family. Ding Yuxi looks exactly like what he looks like in Chen Qianqian, Tiger and Rose. Even the hair and the costume is like taken straight from that drama, which is like, it's like, don't you have like your own budget of doing your own stuff? And then Peng Xiaoran's hairstyle is so ridiculous. She has the Western kind of like style, like the no Chinese style, right? Where half of the hair is down, and then you have a bit working here, and then the dangling bits like Starry Love of Qin Kui's hairstyle. I'm like, in what period of time in China, like if it's human realm, not heavenly realm, it's actually human stories, like would you have the leader of an inner, like a big aristocrat family, the leading woman, you know, the house lady with that hairstyle? it's like a bit 披头散发 like this 披头散发 you know, like in any period time in history, if you're like this, it's like running naked. It wouldn't be accepted as proper like hair in any way. And she's like flying, dangling hair all the in that whole trailer, which look at my hair. It's just like ridiculous looking. I don't know for that drama what they're thinking, but her hair looks horrendous. And it's even not black. Like she didn't dye her already dyed hair, like didn't dye it back to black. So it's like all kinds of like brown and reddish like mess. For a drama that doesn't even want to bother to comb the hair of the actresses, I'm like, I don't know. So, I don't know. Let's see what people have talked about. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I've seen multiple people make videos in China about 他是谁, who is he? Which I think as a crime drama so far it's watchable, but I don't think it's that great. Like in terms of like being super engaging and to the point where you just want to stare at the screen and then can't wait to see what happens next. It's not really that level, but it's watchable. It's not bad in any sense, but it's like not a genius piece of crime story. So, Echo is out, yeah. So it's out tonight, first episode, I think. Haven't checked it out, but because it's Song Jia and Wang Yang, I'll definitely go and check it out. Okay. At least it's not Jing Han. Yeah, well. Li Lan Di Huckleberry Friend. Well, I think because Story Love is a little bit theatrical, like in its nature. It's not a realistic and real life based story, right? It's like crazy people with magics. So it has a level of expected theatricality in it. I think Li Lan did a good enough job. I don't have a problem with her. Like I said in my review, I think all those four leads are, none of them are like super genius, but they're all good enough. Yang Chaoyue with Wu Lei, really? Matchmaker is Yang Mi, right? Gong Jun, Chen Duling, Hu Lianxin, Guo Xiaoting. Don't think Yang Chaoyue is in it. Or do you mean another one? Because the Fox thing has multiple different stories. It has a couple of different chapters of different characters. Chen Feiyu wasn't cancelled. No, what he did is not like clear, like in any sense illegal. But like right now it's just like wouldn't be the best time for you to put his stuff out. You would want to cool it down a bit, right? Before this type of gossip is like so normal in Dramaland, but it's still not something that's like a good thing on your image. Wu Lei is in Nirvana Fire 3 per drama list. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. And until Zhengwu comes out and say it for sure, don't believe in anything, because they're being very secretive about NIF3 as their most guarded project. So I doubt anything that's leaking out right now, if it's not coming from an official source, is real. If I were Zhong Yangguang, I wouldn't pick Wu Lei because he was Feiliu in the Nirvana Fire 1, and it wouldn't be very fair to the new characters, honestly speaking, because Nirvana Fire 3 has 2 male leads. One of them is from Liang, I think. The other is from Beiyan, the enemy country, or the semi-enemy country, I can't remember, in the first 2. So it would be a bit weird if you have Feiliu coming back, in another chapter of right now with Yang Chaoyue is like she has done 虫子 and it makes everybody worry because she really cannot act in that drama. She cannot. She has no idea about what acting is. You know, whether it's completely because the director is just like so negligent that the director doesn't even bother to direct, or it's because of other things. But she like in the drama at least is completely the type of like if you're in acting school and you do that, you're gonna get F and fail at that course level of acting. So it makes people worry about it. Mm-hmm. Wu Lei, Zhang Xincheng, Zhang Wanyi. I know Zhang Xincheng has been working with Zhong Yangguang very closely. I mean, if Wu Lei comes back, I feel like he can make a cameo or something, but it wouldn't make sense for him to be the lead. Personally, I don't think it's the best choice. But then Zhong Wu has very strong ability of tweaking actors, so Zhang Xincheng. You know, okay, we're gonna talk about Zhang Xincheng a little bit later. Let me just read through the stuff people are typing out. When in doubt, just pout. Also, Yang Chaoyue's face is very, like, she's pretty, but she's pretty in a way that's very delicate, like accurately delicate, and not strong and full of life, that kind of a little bit out of like expectation. So she would not look good for very high idol drama, lens style drama, because they tend to skin smooth people over the toply and then light, like the huge light really bright. Her face, because her features are not strong, like eyes, bones, nose, nothing is standing out, like a very high contrast on its own. It's a very soft feature, delicate feature face. If you have like a really strong light shining on her plus skin smooth, her already not having expression face will be completely wooden. There's no detail that will be coming out from her face, and she will look terrible. Like already bad acting plus like the face that just is not suiting that type of aesthetics. So she will look really bad basically in that type of drama. If you look at 虫子, you can tell it's way too just smooth out, that there's like you can't even see, like already there isn't much going on and you kind of just erase it completely with post-production. She just like she has the mannequin's face, like nothing is moving or doing anything. Zhang Xincheng, earlier somebody said Wu Lei, Zhang Xincheng and Zhang Wanyi for NIF3. I'd say until they actually announce it, don't believe it too much. I would want them to actually cast at least one person we didn't expect or don't really have seen before. Because if they cast Wu Lei, Zhang Xincheng, Zhang Wanyi, okay, I'm not saying it's not gonna work, but it's gonna feel very boring. There's nothing that you kind of like haven't seen before, therefore you have the curiosity. Because for all those three actors, we all know what they're like, so it's a bit boring. Current Wu Lei's acting level, I don't think it's enough to if he leads it, right? But if he is one of the main characters, maybe. Zhang Wanyi, depending on how the director tweak his performance. Zhang Xincheng, I mean, he can do a, for sure, above average in every department considered like his body, right? Like fighting, dancing, all that is fine with him. His line delivery is good enough. So all those hard requirement will be pretty much like no problem. Zhang Xincheng's problem is, okay, I don't know like if how many people would agree with me. Okay, it's nothing wrong about him, but he doesn't have 性张力 the type of sex appeal. That's how I would put it. He's the good student in the class. He's the best performance student in the class. He's the one who's gonna get A+ at every course, and he's gonna be selected as the class monitor, the best student who's gonna take, like the TA of the class. And everybody in the school knows this is a good-looking, like all around best student of our year, like. But then no girls chase after him. All the girls go chase after the bad guys, the guys who play basketball, the guy who do street dance, the guy who cannot perform very well at academic classes, but are every time they walk out, like all the girls follow. So he's not that type of guy. He's the good student, the leader of the students club, and who is so perfect in everything, and everybody is just like, oh, you are our role model, and then that's it. It's like he has a very strong vibe of being great in everything, but somehow just like hormone wise he doesn't send out signals, and nobody really gets his signals either. He's like that lonely whale in a mating world where he's on a different vibe, like wavelength. Missing. I've watched almost every drama he's been in, really, and every time I'm like, judging by hard standard, your work is definitely good and you're so much better than many other people, but given the opportunity, would I wanna be dong you? No. It's like I would just walk past. I wouldn't even have an inkling of desire to. He's like so. It's just me, okay? I read him like that. And so, if he's the male lead of a drama, it could be a problem. Because in a way, you would want the opposite sex, targeted audience demographics, to get hormonally by. Otherwise, like, you can't fight 人性, you cannot fight human nature. It's like the thing with why a takeaway, like a skip the dish, that type of app can work, but why the type of sort of like help you to get fit or diet or exercise apps are harder to do and often fails is because it goes against human nature. We don't want to work out, most of the people, okay? They do it because they want other things, but enjoyment-wise, very hard we get pleasure out of it, and we don't want to. If we can't afford not to use extra energy, we would do it. It's human nature. But good food, we want that, okay? Delicious food, and then coupons on things, So it's the same thing. It's like, it all looks very good. 张新成 is like the fitness app. It's like you download it and you hope on the phone it's gonna help you get fitter and better looking, but then like a year later you only clicked open that app when you installed it for the first time. You never went back. That's 张新成 in Dramaland. It's like it all looks good, but we just don't get sexually attracted to him. And it doesn't just like look like that to me. I've seen that actually online. A lot of people would say that. It's like, we don't see anything wrong with him apart from we just don't sleep with him. And it's like so funny, but sometimes it's just there. The hormone thing, you don't know. Maybe millions of years of like evolution have put some secret buttons in people's, like it's all like cannot be seen. But you know it. You just feel for it. Like you either get it or not. Right? So, a lot of people just don't get him, and it's just like really unfortunate. And you can't do anything about that. It's like I don't even know. Like it's not even tangible. So how am I gonna do anything about it? Maybe he's just waiting for that fortune change. Because technically speaking, every decade, like starting from a particular time in your life, usually around age 5 to 10. Based on your birthday, that's a Chinese fortune telling thing. You start to run 大运, which is the cycles of fortune, and every cycle is 10 years. So depending on your birth time, it may start as early as the day you're born, or maybe 5 years old or 6 years old. Anyway, so every 10 years has this overall overarching theme. It may need to, and maybe he is not in the right one to basically make people get him. He needs to go into the next one. If it's significantly different, things may change. It's just like, it's just saying, it's, you can't quantify it, but you know it's there. A weird thing. Anyway, so him to me is like that. It's like I don't have a problem with him at all, and I can't even sometimes pick like, is he significantly lacking in any department? No, he's actually very good and much better than a lot of people, but he just what can you do? Ha ha ha. Well, let's wait and see whether if it actually happens for Nirvana in Fire 3 that he is in it, is it gonna change his career? If that's gonna be the next chapter of his 10 years fortune, who knows? 春日暖阳 the Youku one with Huang Zitao, Wu Gang, about the popular traffic young actor trying to get into the theater. Oh, haven't we see that? And then what it's like implying on like, okay, I've chased that drama until yesterday's episode. Today I haven't had time. Should be around 8 or something. 8 or 10, something like that. For that drama, it's okay to watch. It's not so bad, but also it's not a very well written and acted drama. Everybody, not just Huang Zitao, but also like Wu Gang, Liu Bei. I just don't think any of them is at their best in that drama. Sun Yi looks better. Sun Yi is very relaxed and sort of like, she is doing the role like a normal actress would be doing. The other people are either too not in the role or too in the role. It's like either too on steroids or too not really thinking through what they're doing. And then the script writing is very on the nose. I don't like the type of writing. You know, if you've watched the Vanity Fair on Youku about, you know, the Huang Zitao one, the best way to describe what it feels like is if the drama is a person, the person is wearing Louis Vuitton and holding another Dior designer bag and walking on the street, and you already see the image, but then the person stops and then looks at the camera and starts to say, I'm wearing Louis Vuitton and holding a Dior bag. You know what I mean? It's like it's completely throwing everything out in spoken lines of the actors and the characters. They literally speak out everything. And it's all very intentionally written as a type of comment and criticism on traffic, on the whole sort of real actors don't get respected, but because you can bring in money and fandom, therefore the young people who don't know anything about acting can take the roles and then, you know, do whatever they like in the industry. Yeah, we know that's going on, but the drama, you can criticize that fine, and it definitely will have a lot of resonance in the current sort of atmosphere of things, but it's written so, like, just throw the words in your face. You go and watch the drama, you'll know, like, they literally spell out everything. And no sane people would be talking to each other in that manner. Like, you actually spell out everything that you know, I know, like, sometimes we know each other, we just exchange a look and we know exactly what is going on, so we don't need to say it out loud. We're Chinese, come on. Have you ever seen Chinese people, like, talk like that? No, it doesn't happen. But in this drama, holy moly, everyone will say everything on their mind out, completely, fully, with commas and stops and exclamation mark. You literally see them talk everything. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's already, like, I've watched about 8-10 episodes and I'm already at a point where I don't want to click it open anymore because it's so badly written. Like, there's no finesse, there's no techniques, there's no there's no ideas about what Liu Bai is, right? Leaving a little bit space for everybody to breathe. It's just like throwing out lines after lines after lines. And then there's so much overacting. If you look at Wu Gang and Liu Bei, they're both so overacting. So that drama, I may ditch it. And then Huang Zitao, really, he acts everything like himself. Every role he's ever done is Huang Zitao. It's not the roles he played. He walks, talks, even hairstyle, right? Of every role he's done is him. It's never the character, and it's always the same. It's him 100%. Anyway, it's very hard for me to keep watching that one. Next one, it's on Mango. I think it's also on iQIYI. 归路 Road Home. The contemporary one with Tan Songyun and Jing Boran. Honestly, I wanna ditch this one too, because I'm at episode 6, and I have fallen asleep countless times throughout this drama. It's so boring, so slow, nothing happens. I don't know, like, what kind of pleasure it could provide you. I feel if you really want that kind of relaxed, slow, snowy town vibe, you should go on YouTube and watch a 10-hour long video of like a log burning in the fireplace. Because you have that type of video on YouTube, right? 10 hours of a log burning. And you hear the ASMR cracking noise of it. That's more soothing. Like, it works the same way. Because this drama's pacing is so slow. It's like Flash in that film of the bunny and the fox. The drama is so slow. Nothing happens. And also because it starts at the beginning when they meet again, and they basically they ended the whole relationship at a really bad place, and they haven't met each other for many years. So the drama starts when they met again, and then they're very awkward. Like the two leads are towards each other. There's constant, like, you can feel the atmosphere is like really low between them. But then it goes on and on and on for ages, and it doesn't explain. It doesn't cut back to when they're younger sooner to tell you what the happened to make them ended up like that. It doesn't explain. It's like for episodes and episodes. It's just a slow pacing of them being awkward. Should I call? Should I not call? Should I answer? Not answer? Should I go and meet this person or not meet this person? Like they're like when they see each other, it's like there's 100 years of history behind them. But then they just don't explain what happened. And you see 5 episodes, solid episodes, of them having those awkward atmosphere, and you still don't know a thing about what happened to lead it up to this point that you two are still awkward towards each other. I'm like, I am not a saint. I don't have that much patience. I don't owe you anything, right? Why am I obliged to sit down for 5 episodes and not seeing anything happening? You know, go and watch Glory. By episode 1, she has already told you the whole story of her sad high school and what she decided to do, which is revenge. And she's grown up. And it's 50 minutes. And is it in any way less impactful? Right? And you look at The Road Home, it's 5 episodes. It has a couple of scenes of their happy moments, like a montage of a MV in their high school, and then that's it. Like, you still don't know what the heck happened. It's 5 episodes. Anyway, so if I ever want to just, like, you know, test the limit of my patience, I may try to keep watching this drama. But right now, I just want to keep it, just like put it down. I feel my time is completely wasted while I was watching it. Yeah, like you know, just compare storytelling. Because if you look at Glory, it's just like her whole previous like history before she becomes like the, you know, the teacher is almost like her whole high school. It's done in the first episode. And so it's Only 15 minutes, and you've already got like information heavy load of everything you need to know about what's gonna happen later, right? So this couple who's had a difficult history in the past has already like done, at least with what I've watched, up to middle of episode 5 or early episode 6, you still have no idea about what happened. And the whole thing is like, what, 24 episodes or 30? So, I don't have the patience, honestly. and also, Jin Boran and Tan Songyun, there's no chemistry. There's no chemistry at all. They're completely unconductive, these two. It's like it's a piece of wood meeting a piece of rubber. Even lightning is not gonna do anything to them. Nothing happens. In that drama, literally nothing happens. Go and watch it, you'll know what it means to be nothing happens. Oh. A miracle that they can fill like 200 minutes of screen time and nothing happens. Echo, I haven't seen it because it only just aired today, so I'll go and check it. If it's good, I'll let you know. The Wang Yang and Song Jia crime one. 爱情而已 hasn't aired, but will soon. I'm like 80% sure it's gonna show up next week or something. Then 他是谁? The Youku crime one, with Zhang Yi leading it. Yeah, it's pretty much Zhang Yi's solo show. Although there are definitely other people, but he is the definitive lead of a crime investigation drama that I've seen 8 episodes, I think. It's watchable. It's watchable. Okay, it's not bad in any way, but not that exciting. Definitely not knockout. And I guess for this type of like serial killer case, it's hard. It's hard to write a good crime story like that because it has a very limited type of structure, right? For this type of story, you know exactly how it needs to look like. You can't really do too much that's unseen before. But then it totally depends on the writing quality of this specific crime case, like whether it's that exhilarating. For this drama, it doesn't have any breakthrough in terms of its style. You know, when you think about crime or detective story with a style, you immediately think of, for example, Sherlock, or a couple of other shows that has done very well in the past, recent decade or so. They all kind of, on the top of having a relatively exciting and well-written case, they would also have very strong style, right? That it sells it, and that's different from other things. 他是谁 is very normal. It's extremely normal. It's like a very normal crime story that doesn't have anything that's like in itself is different from others. It's very hard to tell it from other crime story. It just has very, I think it's partially based on real cases that happened very early on, like in the 80s or 90s in China. It's real, based on real case, and that literally got many years ago, decades later, got broken by the advancement of technology, and also just like a couple of coincidences that ended up being able to, you know, actually find out what happened. But it's a real case that did happen, very famous in China. I think it's based on that. But so far, it's just like a very standard crime drama that I don't know, like, it wouldn't be something like if you don't watch, you miss something type of drama. So, okay to watch. Not disappointing, but not exciting either. So these are the currently ongoing one. Honestly, not any of them is like good to the point where I would recommend. I was like, oh, go and watch this one. You know, it has this thing that's different from the other one. 曾少年小时候, I watched a bit. I haven't gotten to, I think, the juicy part. That's why I'm not sure if I want to go back to it. So far, I haven't really gotten like the maybe not saying. I watched to the point where because of she having periods, she lost the opportunity to go dancing in front of the Tiananmen during the 97, and she cries. She cries in the park on the bench, and the guy comes over. I've watched to that plot point. I haven't continued from there yet. So if it got better from there, Maybe I can go back and check it. But I stopped there. I haven't continued it yet. I know it has just finished. Oh yeah, Tan Songyuan and Wang Kai's Fly to You. I agree. The chemistry is definitely better in that one than in the Jin Boran one. Jin Boran and Tan Songyuan, like they exist in different worlds. Like there's no crossing at all. Completely don't connect. They completely miss each other. Fly to You, like I said, it's not a huge, like, in my opinion, very successful drama. But I mean, even that one's chemistry is better than Jin Boran and Tan Songyun, honestly. So that you know how bad Jin Boran and Tan Songyun's chemistry is. It's like two different species of, like creatures trying to like, but they completely cannot understand each other level of not having chemistry. Warm and Cold Night, I dropped that one. I don't know. I may keep watching a little bit of the 花琉璃译文. Is it still called Royal Rumor? Maybe English title didn't change. Chinese title changed. The Meng Ziyi and Xu Zhengxi. I've seen the 4 episodes that came out yesterday. I haven't seen today's new ones. It's not that great, but it's pretty. It's like a pretty ridiculous comedy kind of thing where nobody is taking it seriously. So it's kind of like it has we're kind of like we're a low budget period drama where neither of us is like super famous, and we're both kind of like not having the best time in the world right now. But hey, let's have fun with this like not so looking expensive and cool script and see where it goes. So they have that kind of like, we know we're not that important, but hey. So it's pretty. Not taking itself very seriously, therefore actually not so bad so far, the 4 episodes. I want to see what happens like in a couple more episodes to make up my mind about it, because it's a pretty ridiculous story. It's not like structure about setup about what's gonna happen. Jin Boran and Yang Zi CP are better. Early days, have anyone watched the Chinese remake of 人显王后的男人, the Queen Ewan's Man, the Korean drama? The Chinese remake version that's led by many years ago, Jin Boran and Zheng Shuang. Zheng Shuang now is, obviously she's cancelled, but if anybody has watched that one is actually really well made. In comparison to a lot of other crappy Chinese romantic dramas. It's not as good as the original Korean one, for sure, but when I was watching it, I actually really enjoyed Jin Boran and Zheng Shuang's performance in that drama. It was before Zheng Shuang went a bit nuts. She was normal in that drama, and it's actually not bad. Anybody who's watched it many years ago, Jin Boran and Zheng Shuang, Chinese version of Queen's Man from Korea. The Korean version is golden. I love it so much. Oh. Dun dun dun. I still remember the music. And that shot of them like standing in the courtyard of the palace. One is in current time, one is in ancient time, and the circular, like the going around the track shot. I still remember that shot. The Korean version was so good. The Chinese remake, I don't think it's as good, but it's actually not bad at all. It's also quite well made. I really like Jin Boran in that drama, but it was his early days. I'd say back then he had 灵气 a bit. Now completely cannot see it anymore. To be honest, in his acting, he doesn't have it anymore. He has so much tiredness. Like if you watch Road Home, right? There's like such a high level of concentration of tiredness. It's like his whole person is just like weighed down very tired. There's not even like one spark in his eyes. It's just like, I don't know what happened to him, but he's not not in the right condition. If you haven't watched that drama, 相爱穿梭千年, I think that's the Chinese title. If anybody knows it, you can type it out. That one is actually not bad at all. I liked it. Back then, I liked Zheng Shuang. I actually liked Jing Boran, but then shit happens. 音向, 人显, yes, 音向. Sure. 人 is in 显. 贤, yeah. So it's like queen somebody's man. I remember the Korean one. Yeah, so right now Jing Boran is just like nodding. Like, I don't know what happened to him in the last couple of years, but just like a whole, like, even when he was in League of Gentlemen, it's better. Like it's not that good, but he still doesn't look like he's that tired. But in Road Home, he's so tired looking. It's like all the juice and energy had got like taken out of him. And yeah, that Korean drama, the acting was so good. And that was before the male lead did his dental, because he changed his teeth. After his teeth changed, he's no longer as cute as before. He has like cricket teeth, and it was adorable. But afterwards, he did his dental work, made everything perfect, and immediately unrecognizable. He's still a good actor. His acting is good, but without his teeth, he just doesn't look like him anymore. I loved his performance in that drama. One of my fave from Korean drama land. And also the female lead, she's so good in that one. Her acting was so good. Mr. Crane, I haven't. I really don't have. I don't watch that many Korean dramas. I have no time. See how many crappy Chinese dramas I get like overloaded with. I don't even have time. I will try my best to finish Glory, because it would be wrong for me to not do it. I will, but I'll have to cram it in among all the crappy Chinese ones that I somehow have to look at, just so that I can make videos and tell you guys don't watch it. How pathetic is that? 11:11 on my clock right now. Although Jing Boran has really weird wig in League of Gentlemen, in certain shots it's okay. In certain shots they use a really weird looking one for the middle part that looks like they put an extra piece of hair on top of the wig. It's so ugly. I don't know what happened. Mr. Queen. What's the Chinese title? Because often I know the Chinese title, I just don't know the English one. Let me just check. Royal Rumor is funny, but it's like, don't take it seriously and you'll have fun type of drama. I don't have any hope for it. I don't expect anything, so I probably will enjoy it just to relax. Oh, that one. That one. Okay, I've seen it. Okay. 2 years ago. I think so. I've seen the poster before. I know what roughly it is. Comedy. I haven't watched that one. Don't have time. What else? So, right now there really isn't a very interesting one. But it may happen next week, because we're gonna probably have a couple of new ones coming up next week, and we shall see. We shall see. Who knows? You never know. You can't. It's like before Starry Love. Nobody thought it's gonna be anything. We probably think it's like a really crappy one. Really, really crappy one. But then it turned out to be, oh, actually not that crappy at all. Yeah, yeah. Motosen, you're welcome. That's why I have this channel, right? Be late or renting. Yeah, if it doesn't offend me too much, I'll just say, don't watch it. If it offends me a lot, then I'll just like rant. Think about the that one, right? The one that has finished that I rented about. Oh, I can't imagine how can it get made these days. The Love Heals, and even the title is so ironic. Love heals. Heals who? Whose love healed who? Heal what? Who needs healing? And who deserves healing in that drama? Holy moly. If it needs healing, it's the female lead. She needs healing, and she doesn't need love to heal her. She needs self-respect to heal her. Holy shit, that drama is just so offensive on so many levels. What a waste. What a waste of Wang Churan. And it's funny, like they even think like it's worth making into a drama, and it's even funnier that they get a female director to direct it. I'm like, how can you do that and not feel weird about it 90% of the time? Because sitting in front of the monitor and see the scene playing out and not having a problem. If I were the director, I would literally just like, I would not take the job. As a woman, I'm like, no, go and find other people who want to make this drama, put it on their portfolio. It's not my thing. No way. Holy shit. Well, I didn't watch through it. I just watched the first, like a couple of, up to like 10, no, 11, 12, something like that, like before 15. And then the last two, and got shocked so badly about what they decided to do with the drama. Holy shit. To start with, Peng Guanying is never my cup of tea, right? That actor, I just always like when in his dramas, I can't, like, for some reason, I just don't. And then you see like Wang Churan just being like a little puppy, like in character-wise, right? Just tiptoe around him and being so like walking on eggshells, and as if every breath of hers is offending him. I'm like, holy shit, what are you like? Are you like in slavery age of the world where like you're serving your master? Holy shit, what the heck is going on? Yeah, that drama. Now I'm like really worried about any future projects Yang Yang is directing. Like, come on, and she's not that much older than I am. Can you believe it? That director. She's not in any way. Like, she's the same generation as I am. But like, I look at her work. Oh no. Sorry, I was wrong. She's much older. I was remembering something else. I mixed it up with another person. But anyway, I don't know. Like, that drama is, I mixed it up with I was thinking about another person. But anyway, I just like don't understand for a female director, right, to take on that drama and still be okay. Like, don't you realize anything wrong with the script while you're reading it? Like, you think it's like just like a very normal story? It doesn't even need to go to any length of being politically correct at any level. It's just like, can we have a little bit common sense? In 21st century. Very average societal sort of understanding level of things. It doesn't need to go any frontier level. Hiya. Uncle Roger should start a channel of ranting about drama instead of just cooking. And he will be so badass. He would be also so shocked. Yeah. So Chinese dramas does the thing with like quantity over quality, right? We have like so many, like 10 times more drama produced every year than the other countries, so that, proportionally speaking, something good Something good is bound to happen. Just cramming stuff. So, did you watch Our Secret with Chen Zheyuan? No. Our Secret? Is there? Honestly, Chen Zheyuan's dramas, right? The only one so far that I've loved is Dear Ancestor. That was his early days. I think that was the time when his acting was least trimmed and polished, but most genuine. It's very coming from the real person. That emotion is really, really strong. He's actually yet to top himself in that drama. It's my opinion. I mean, maybe it's also to do with that the female lead is also very good an actress, so they can sort of help each other out. And it's like a relationship where, you know, you serve the balls, and, you know, depending on your opposites, how good they are, you end up being better. Afterwards, all the dramas he's been in, the opposite person is just not as good. That probably is also a reason. I still think Dear Ancestor is his best stuff so far. Until 杀破狼 comes out, and we shall see if it's gonna be, if it ever comes out. Uncle Roger put on that ridiculous accent. But when he talks normally, he sounds way too sexy. Uncle Roger. I think that's why he has to tune it down and say it like with that really, really fake accent. Otherwise he's too sexy, and he's too sexy for being an Asian. You know, when you are so sexy and being an Asian, people start to not feel that you are so approachable, and then somehow you definitely want to be more approachable as a YouTuber. So you do that. You intentionally dumb yourself down in a way. But when he switches on his normal face and voice, he's just way too sexy. For a renting channel guy playing that alternative sort of persona of the wife left me Asian guy, right? so he has to. Yeah. But you know, he often just switches back, right, in his video for one sentence. And when he's doing those jokes, and he's like, yeah, you can only do it for that 1 second. If you do more, so that whole comedy type of playing the expectation of the audiences, I'd say. If he doesn't do it, it wouldn't be as funny and as he's very clever. That's all I want to say. He's very clever, and he's very good. He's very good. He knows exactly what he's doing. Very clever guy. Yeah, and then when he's serious, he's way too sexy. So, not the perfect fit for that type of video. So we've talked about a lot of things actually by this point, and we can end this sooner than usual. We don't have to run it to like 2 hours and a half again. So we do have a lot of drama going on right now, but then yet to see. This year, our peak. I think we did the peak in January with 2 really peaking dramas, and now. Thinking back last year, March, I was mostly occupied by Under the Skin. I was very happy about that. And then thinking back on the year before, I was Word of Honor, March. And holy moly, that was some... It started in February, and then ends at the end of March, like 27th or 24th, something like that. So the year before. Then the year before that, 2020... Not really that much. So the last 2 Marches are pretty good. This March is it's the tale of story love, so it's not enough energy, and we haven't seen a really good new one yet, and we're passing the middle point. So who knows if we're gonna get a really good one before the end of this month? Just one. First is seeing 2 days later if Guang Yuan comes back, and then see what among the like at least 10 dramas ongoing, which one is gonna be at least at some level worth watching. 暗格里的秘密 that one I haven't seen it. I guess like for all the high school drama, the thing is that genre, there are so many dramas in Chinese drama land, so many, and I've watched so many. Now I'm at the point where if the first episode cannot grab me, I am like, I'm out. I just don't have patience anymore because I've watched too many high school dramas. And they are just like overall, you know, the same. Nobody is doing anything unexpected. So if the first episode is like boring, I'm out. I'm too impatient to go through it. Peak one were the knockouts and three body, right? Three body is not that popularity wise, you know, that popular, but it's for China to be able to do it in that way, just like it's exceeding everyone's expectation. And for that drama, the hardship of that is they took 7 years to, from day one when they decided we're gonna take this project, get a copyright to do it, to actually the drama coming out was 7 freaking years for this company. So in terms of them doing it, they didn't earn any money. The best they could do is make even, because it stretched out too long for too many years, right? So the longer you go, the more hidden cost it costs the company. Even inflation is like, you know, think about 7 years of inflation, unbelievable. So because of that, they're kind of like not making anything out of that drama, and it's too exhausting, too tasking on the whole crew to get that done. So, you know, it's the type of thing that can only probably happen once. Now, they did pretty well for the first series, so if they make the second one, you know, maybe they can get more help, more money. It wouldn't be as hard, but the first one was hard. 7 years of drama. You know, hardly would you come across 7 years of film. It's already like too much. Meet Yourself is pretty happy drama, very relaxing, beautiful looking. Yeah. So it's not explosive because it's such a slow paced drama, right? But everybody who's watched it feels rather good about it. So that's, I wouldn't say explosively good, but pretty good drama. Three Body, Knockouts. Yeah, those are all January drama. So those 3 are all January airing. Some of them ended in Feb, but no, they're still Jan. How do I manage my time? I have iPad, which means it goes with me everywhere I go. Even when I'm in the bathroom. Time gets squeezed out of the sponge. So let's hope we can get a good one before the end of this month. Otherwise, it's gonna be like I'm gonna be very like not interested in talking about any dramas. I haven't even decided what I'm gonna talk about next week. For next week's dramas, videos on dramas, I'm like, what am I gonna supposed to say? Like, this drama boring, that drama meh, that drama I don't know. Like, if I were the promotional team on that drama, how am I gonna sell it? I probably would say pass. So, not very exciting. 喵情许愿, yeah, 喵情许愿 is pretty nice. I really like that drama, but nobody is watching it, and I totally see why. Because it's led by 2 people who are so not famous, and nobody knows them. Why would they bother, right? Go and check that drama. And it's not like obviously first moment you see it, you think it's really interesting or good. You have to wait for a bit until the story starts doing, yeah, it's pretty nice. But little dramas, but they're nice. Ingenious one, no. Haven't heard any news right now. I don't know what's going on. That drama, yeah, should come out now. I mean, even 安乐传, right? They moved a little bit and then they stopped again. You're not seeing Youku putting that one out. You don't know what they're doing. Yoku has no idea about what it is. It doesn't understand itself or the market. It's completely Jon Snow. Yoku, you know nothing. But Jon Snow of Chinese drama land. Is there anything worth watching right now apart from dramas? Anything interesting going on in the world? You know, like if I'm not excited about something, I would not do anything about it, basically. I mean, I really love Three Body, but because Three Body is so special that also I didn't do anything about it. Like even one drawing, because it's not something you want to basically have fun with. It's way too big and heavy. It's like when you think about making them into cartoon figures, and somehow it just feels wrong. It's like, nah. End of universe is not something you can put on a sticker. So you're like, yeah. I was actually wanting to edit a video of Three Body, like one of those MV cuts with music. I started it and then I stopped. I just don't feel anything I do would be able to capture the atmosphere and the soul of it, and it's just gonna, and also it's just gonna be an edit once I made. Not that many people are gonna see it anyway, so it's still on my timeline. I just haven't continued past the first 10 seconds. I also had all these Starry Love episodes on my hard drive now that if I want to edit, I can make a video. And only after I've freaking downloaded the whole freaking thing, they changed their freaking filter. And now everything looks different. It has a different color, has different contrast, has different definition. The clothes, like details on it, looks different. So I don't want to go and download another 40 freaking episodes of dramas. So I'm not gonna make any edit on it either, because I, you know, like when you've had it finally like on your hard drive, right? And then you go and you just, what did you do? You just changed everything. It's 40 episodes. It's not 4 episodes. I don't want to do it again. No. Okay, so that drama is not gonna get the grace of my editing, even though I like it. You're cool. You're. So, we can end this in about 10 minutes. If anybody wants to, you know, like say something or type out something or ask me something, you know, you can type it out now. The road work, no, the construction is still going on, but it's not too bad. Yesterday was really bad. Any short 10 minute, isn't there there's recently a one that's done by the same group of actors last year of the short drama 长公主在上 Princess, that one. They had a new one coming out this year. Just happened. Same actor, same actress, but this time she is the assassin or something. I haven't watched that one, but I've already seen it on social media. It's the same actor actress from the 长公主在上. They did another short video one. Short drama. I haven't seen it. If it's good, you know, I have no idea if it's good. It will be short, so even if you watch, even if it's not good, it's not gonna waste too much of your time. Manhua till the end of the moon. Really, I have no idea. You know, like I am definitely not at the age of getting crazy about manhua. And also, fantasy is not my cup of tea. But if anybody knows, help out. Medical drama, proper ones that doesn't make your blood boil. Hardly any from Chinese drama land. I mean, Tang Yisheng is not so bad. Like Dr. Tang last year is not so bad. It's not the best, but it's not so bad. There are worse ones. I really have high hope for the coming, but don't know when, one with Mao Xiaotong, Jin Shijia, and Zhao Youting. It's a medical drama. 赤子之心, I don't know the English title. I don't think they have one yet. And I don't know when that's coming out. But that drama, just because of the leads. And also their posters are very interesting looking. It doesn't look like a very casual production, let's just say. So fingers crossed it's good, but until it shows up. And there's no movement on it yet. I haven't heard any promotion. So later this year, hopefully. Zhou Yutong, Li Xian. Yeah, maybe. I haven't noticed that. I'll check if that's something that a new project they've just announced. 2 minutes per episode. 鹿晗割韭菜. What did he do? Like his designer brand clothing? Is that a green jacket? I remember something like that a week ago or something like that. Like all those like celebrities are doing that, right? Like Ouyang Nana, Lu Han, Wang Hedi, they're all doing like their branded stuff, which are just dirt cheap and no design element involved at all, and just selling it at ridiculous price. Majesty, you want another drama with Yang Yang and Zhao Lusi and see who can win at the game of I can straighten my back better than you can? Yeah, when 且试天下 happened, I thought like when I was watching the drama, I feel like at the whole time I'm just seeing a competition between the female lead and the male lead to see of who can stand up straighter with their back. Who can do this? Who can do this better? It's like shoulder down, chest out, and like extreme angle of your body. Just hold it there. And who has it for longer? I feel that whole drama has like seeing these two just added secret competition of who can do it better. I mean, given like that's a lot of muscle strength you have to be pulling all the time. Okay, very impressive. Also, Zhao Lusi is she's so like dead set on doing the 直角肩, you know, the flat shoulder thing. Every time she takes like a photo or like walking on the red carpet, she would be doing that. And normally you're like that. You should be doing that. Really? Is it necessary? It's anti-natural posture. Humans, you don't naturally have that. Like, don't do it. It's actually not very good for you if you keep doing that. But anyway, she's so... I don't see the point of that. It's just so over the top. But anyway, like when she's on red carpet, oh, that square shoulder thing, like flat shoulder thing, is somehow it got popular in China in recent like year or two. Every red carpet person is like trying to do that. I'm like, why do you think that looks better? What's wrong with if you have that kind of shoulder? What's wrong with it? A lot of people naturally have it. I think Edward Norton has it. Doesn't make him any less attractive. I wrote from Omnimax. one child policy for a period of time is very strict, but it kind of like in less of a, if you're like in countryside, it's not so strict. You don't get completely caught. So for a period of time, it's really strict, but then it starts to loosen, and then things don't quite work the same way if you're in big city, employed by a sort of state employer, or you're just like a farmer or peasant. It's totally different. So, yeah. Yeah, and then she currently is in the in the in the trouble of that video clip that's everywhere on China's internet. Well, until you quit this game of entertainment, it's never gonna end. I think also, yeah, Joy of Life has a significant cast change. So far, at least that's the news. But exactly when, until they start shooting, you wouldn't know. But I think 肖战、宋轶, 肖战、宋轶, 郭麒麟, they're all not there anymore. So it's gonna be completely new cast, apart from Zhang Ruoyun. Even Chen Dangming is not in it, I think. It could just totally be because it's too long. Like they've waited too long, and then the scheduling is just never gonna work. Like some really popular people get booked for 2 years or something, and now you're saying we're ready, but like we're gonna shoot it this year from that. It's like already booked out for other things. Can't come. That could totally, because it's too long, and people have to go and look for other work. They can't be waiting for you forever. Zhang Ruoyun just doesn't have the kind of the luck and fortune for having the second series happening with his stuff. Think about all the dramas he's done in the first so-called season, and waiting for the next season, and the next season never comes. He is yet to break that. Hasn't yet. Yeah, just some kind of weird aesthetics, I think, from last couple of years is people don't want this like very slanted shoulder. They want very flat, like they want that look. They think it looks better. And suddenly it just started, and I don't know like what's the sort of like logic behind it, but somehow like it becomes a trend. Oh, there are a couple of really weird cosmetic trend in China. That's like, one thing is to have your ear. So I naturally have very sort of like sticking to my face, side of my head ear. Some people have ears that are like this, right, coming out more. And now there's a trend of putting injection behind your ear to make it stand out like that. The argument behind that is if your ears are like that, your face looks smaller. And people go and filler the thing behind their ears so that their ears can do this. That beauty trend is like, what? Now you can find imperfections in this way. It's very baffling. And if you do those fillers, right, it's not one injection. You have to inject like 20s, 30s, 40s, because you have to put that much material to make the ears stand up. It's actually a really bad idea because there are veins behind it. If you put that much filler in, if it ends up in your like some kind of vein, it can cause and it's close to your head. You know, like some kind of things going into your vein and you can just die from it. And infection as well. And people actually go and do that surgery to make their ear go. Oh, and there's another one is like 高颅顶, which means the if you just look like straight on, and the hairline and the top of your head, this distance, the bigger the better, because it makes your face look smaller. And some people have high hairline. Like I have a relatively speaking rather high hairline. So what they do is they cut the scalp open. They put cement under your scalp and above your bone. And they put a huge amount so that your head goes up and then you have a higher distance to make your face look smaller. Yeah, there's a type of cosmetic cement. It's called cosmetic like cement, but it's not real cement, but it's hard, like, because you have to fake the bones here, right? It's hard bone. So you have to fake that. And that material injection is very bad too. It's first, if it gets in the future, you want to take it out. It's almost impossible to remove it. And also, it has the danger of like leaking into things. And also, the skin gets stretched because on top of your head, the skin is rather tight. If you put stuff in it and it gets stretched, it loses elasticity and your forehead can drop. Like, so that's another cosmetic surgery thing. One is like cement your top of your head, and another is propping your ears up. I don't know. Like, what else are we gonna see in the future? It's we live in a crazy world. Well, 问题是它也不美啊，对吧？ Maybe not. It's like, is that like that looks better? Why? If you go and look, Didi Reba has very high hairline. If you go and look, Li Jiaxing has a very high hairline. Does that stop them from being like prettiest women out there? What kind of stupid ideas do you have? I mean, to think that because I have square shoulders, propped up ears, and high distance here, that makes me pretty. No, not really. Where did you get that idea from? It's so stupid. Oh my god. Ah. So, yeah, these things, right? Yeah, entertainment business have a lot of people who believe in these things. And do you know, like, the actress Zhao Hanyinzi, who has done so much surgery on herself that she no longer looks like herself anymore? Like, early days of her work, if you go and watch her acting and also her face, it looks pretty good. Nice, very good acting. Now she's unrecognizable. If you look at her previous work, and now it's like a different person. So her previous works are like almost irrelevant to herself because it's no longer her face. And then right now her acting is just completely. Oh. And I don't know, like she never needs to start with any plastic surgery. She's pretty nice looking. And now she has this face that nobody recognizes. And like, why do you do that to yourself? Oh. Anyway. Never quite understand that. Yeah, it's like Kardashians can take out their bums. We have a huge ass, but this year it's no longer trending, so let's destroy that. Like, fake big ass is already crazy, and then they like think it's out of like fashion, so they just take it out. Like, you can do that, really? Wow, magic of money, I guess. And so much pain you have to suffer, basically, and danger, right? All kinds of like surgery complications, infections, damage of nerve. Why do you risk that? Yeah. Anyway. Internet bullying. Well, then you have to think, like, you know, in a way, like, do you take it? It's like people, you know, like, you don't, you like, these things impact yourself, you know, not you go and do it. It's your own money, your own suffering, and you know, all the consequences. They're not gonna take anything, you know. So can tell them to go F themselves, and then, you know, like, no amount of bullying should I just feel like, why give in to that? If that's the reason for you to do it, and then it's so wrong. Anyway, Yeah, when I read those things, I get really, really shocked about like the level of craziness. Yeah, they made their ass smaller. Now it's the new trend of making ass smaller. Who knows what's the next? Like, I don't know, like dye your skin blue so that you all look like Avatar people. Yeah, well, eventually it's all gonna not matter at all because you're all gonna turn into a pile of ash. You're all gonna turn into H2O, ash, carbon. Everybody would end up in this, and only those people who put too much filler in them will get burned with a little bit more chemistry. Like they'll end up with a little bit more leftover chemical elements, I guess. I don't know. Like once you have the fillers in the cremation process, like what they would turn into. Would that actually release a little bit toxic fume? Making you more environmentally unfriendly after you're dead than others. It's like the Santi joke, right? You scientists, when you get cremated, would you create like 舍离子? That like the pearl thing after you get burned. I don't think they need, unless like there's a huge end of the world event, right? If nothing like that happens, you will have all the digital things left to look at, unless you have like Armageddon level and everything gets destroyed. Then you would need to dig. Anyway, start to dig out really weird things. We find a skull from 4,000 years ago with a human skull, but on the skull there's 2 inches of cement. Doesn't look like it happened after they're dead. They were alive and they had this cement in their head, and we do not know what that is. And they do a research paper and try to figure that out for 100 years and couldn't figure out why humans put cement in their under their scalp on top of their bone structure. Like very interesting. Like a PhD person spent their whole life trying to figure out what that was for. That would be such a good story. We should write a sci-fi story. Short story, like Liu Cixin does it. Liu Cixin has a collection of short stories. Some of them are just like, so, like we should write a future story of the cement on the skull. And that would be a really funny one. Yeah. Okay, so I should end this very soon, in 5 minutes. It still goes to 12 o'clock somehow. But just here, if you haven't, I don't know if there is a translation version out there of Liu Cixin's short stories, but some of them are so good. There's one with that got actually extended into a bigger one, but the first version of it is one day every adult on this planet dies within a week of a disease. Only people under 13 or something can survive. And so all the adults have to basically pass everything to the young people within a week. And then so the world becomes totally adult free. And it would be 12 years old running every country. That's like an incredible story. There's a version of, there's a story about, there's another one is like 戴上他的眼睛, which is so well written. I want to see that one getting made into a, like even a short, like 40 minutes episode would be great. About somebody gets the task of wearing a glass, like a kind of equipment that can transport, like whatever he sees when he wears it, the other person on the other end would see it, and also they would be able to feel and also smell and it's like all sense transferring equipment. And this guy gets charged with this thing of wearing this for somebody who's on the other end, which is a lady. He can hear her, but doesn't know where she is, and she's just an astronaut in a place where she cannot see planet Earth, I think. And so he is like very bored, and he doesn't want to go out and do all the things like walking around looking at grass, looking at sun, and looking at stuff, until like he finishes that task. And then after some time he found out what happened and why he's given that task and where that lady is. I'm not going to spoil it for you, and why that is so important. Like all those short stories, he's written so many great, each tiny story is like expandable into a huge movie. That guy has like the biggest imagination. So if there is a possibility for you to find his short story collections, highly recommended. Some of the most incredible ideas out there. There's also a version of like a civilization that's completely silicon based, not carbon. Liu Cixin, the three body, and the 流浪地球 wandering earth guy. And that civilization struggled so hard and developed such high tech to eventually discover they've only started breaking through because they were a civilization that got born within the core of a planet. They're completely surrounded by stones. And so they are very thick crust, and they're in the core. So they never actually know what light is, what gravity is, and they developed so much technology only to be able to break through eventually. And no, they're only in the core of a planet, and on the top there's ocean, there's atmosphere, and then there's a whole universe out there. And they don't even know how to deal with gravity, which is like insane. That story is also. So he's got so many great short stories. Yeah. So if anybody knows, if there is a translation version of his short stories, that would be great. Because those are, sometimes it's so much better to read short stories because you don't have to spend hours of a novel just waiting for the next chapter, still hasn't finished. It's like so tasking. Some short ideas are also extremely, and then the 乡村教师 one, very famous one, right? That you also see a little bit in Three Body, which is the village teacher. One insignificant village teacher who tries to teach the village children the very basic laws of physics. And because he did that, saved the human civilization unintentionally, which is just such, he has all those ideas that are just like so very classic short story. It's like you have a very unexpected twist somewhere and you're like, wow, it's like that. So he's like the short story master of the sci-fi genre. So highly recommended. We should end this in 2 minutes. So 4B movement, what is that? I have no idea. By 12 on the clock, we're gonna finish this. Thank you for everyone. Thanks for everybody who's joined this live stream. We're just chatting about a lot of stuff going on this week and also this month, and fingers crossed we get a good one before. Haven't heard what the 4B movement is. Is it a recent thing? Yeah. I think one of the best story of Liu Cixin's is 戴上她的眼睛. The one, like, take her eyes with you. That's like the translation of the person wearing a what's the word? Basically signals real time all feelings, smell, touch, eyesight, sound, device for another person they've never met. That story, like when you reveal what actually happened, was so, wouldn't spoil it for you, but highly recommend you go and check out that story. Take her eyes with you, I think. I would want that one to get made into a short movie, like 40 minutes or 50. Would be great. Oh, and find two really good actors to play it. It doesn't actually even need any very complicated special effect. You can do it very cheaply, almost nothing super complicated required. It's just the story itself is just so shockingly, emotionally impactful. No marriage, no sex, no kids. Really? Wow. I mean, you should... Marriage is gonna pretty much go out of fashion, I think, soon in this world. Like the way it's been going on for years is gonna... Not so long after, because it really has become more and more irrelevant and unnecessary. That's really the thing. No sex is like, oh, well, if you like it, you know, don't let it stop you. Any reason for you to not have it. But if you don't care about it, well, then you don't do it. And you also don't force other people, right? Like if they like it or not like it, it's none of your business. So if you completely decide on yourself, which is totally fine, but if you like want to make everybody do it, that's a bit silly. No kids is the same thing. If you want kids, you know, go and have kids. If you don't want kids, don't let other people change your, you know, decision on that. And again, it's like other people, whether they want to have kids or not, is none of your business. Why do people think that? They just like, they have no ideas of boundaries. Like, there are only two things in this world, which is called none of your business and then none of my business. Two businesses, okay? Just be clear about that. So I wouldn't understand why people would just try to make everybody do that. Like, if you like it, go and do it yourself. Don't make other people do it. It's just like, who do you think you are? Okay, so I'll end the live stream here. Thank you for spending hours with me. Take care. I'll see you in my next video. Let's see, Saturday, if we're gonna get that drama back, hey? If it did happen. I can't wait to see internet going a bit in China.